Hello, and welcome back to Key of Clarity Tarot. If you are here, there is a message for you. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I pray that this is finding you in good spirits. If it's not, I hope it lifts your spirits. So let's tap into the Creator, the all that is, see what messages it has for you right now. Whenever this message finds you, it is relevant. It's timeless. So we have the Page of Swords to start. This is a timeless message, so it does not matter when it's finding you. Right now is all that matters. If you are here, there's something here for you. All right, let's see. Oop, the Devil. Let's get a couple more. Universe, the Creator, the Spirit that runs through everything. What is the message that you have for the listener on the other end of this? What is your message for the listener? What is your message for the listener? We have the Ten of Wands. All right, so let's get one more. The Sun. Okay, what's on the bottom of the deck? The Three of Pentacles. So starting with the Page of Swords, the Page of Swords is a novice of knowledge energy. It is an energy that has the capacity to know all. However, they are still new at wielding and understanding how to navigate their thoughts. So what I'm receiving is that there are new thoughts that are entering your life. It could be from a book, it could be from something that you're studying, it could be from information that you heard from somewhere else. This new knowledge, you're still figuring out how to navigate it. You're still figuring out how to wield it. You haven't quite yet, there's interference, right? So you can hear that interference. There's still interference, and that interference is the Devil. The Devil card is not anything to be afraid of. It is just lower energy and low vibration. So the Devil are the ties that bind us to a life we don't want. So you have the Page of Swords energy, which is new thoughts, new pathways of thinking, but you're trying to navigate it against the chains that are still holding you back, against those old habits, those old patterns, those old generational things that have been passed down. That's what you're navigating right now. But you are at the end of a cycle. So this 10 of Wands means that you are at the end of that road. It's coming to an end. It is time for it to be put down. Now, in regular tarot, when you see the 10 of Wands, you see somebody that is lifting something. However, in this particular deck signifies that you are at the end of a chapter when it comes to old ideas. You're at the end of a chapter when it comes to old ways of thoughts, when it comes to old passions, when it comes to things, let it die out. And then the Sun. So you are moving from these new thought pathways are having to move through old ideas. They're coming to an end so that you can emerge into a new light, so that it can emerge into this dawn, right? It's the darkest before the dawn. So there's a new dawn that is emerging in your life. And you have this Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck that is telling you the Holy Trinity is there. You can think of it as mother, son, you can think of it as fathers, however you want to think of that mastery of three, right? That is what is undercutting everything, is that mastery of your mind, body, and spirit. Being in alignment with your mind, body, and spirit in the earth realm, in the realm of the 3D universe, in the realm of the pentacles, is what is going to give you this Sun. All right, let's continue. What else would you like for the listener to know? What else would you like for the listener to know? What else would you like? We have the Wheel of Fortune here. We have the Five of Wands. And we have Temperance. feel like there's one more card that wants to come out. One more card. What's the card that still wants to come out? What's that card? Make it clear, make it plain, be very clear. There we go. The Hierophant. And then the bottom of the deck, the Six of Swords. You are moving into new territory. That is what this 6 means. You are moving into new territory. This Wheel of Fortune, the wheel turns for everybody. We're all going to experience every iteration of life. We're all going to experience birth. We're all going to experience death. The Wheel of Fortune and how the wheel moves in between that time depends on where we are within our seasons. But the Wheel of Fortune, you are moving into your element, into your narrative of fortunate, right? You are fortune favors the bold. This 5 of Wands. So the 5 comes after the 4. The 4 means it is much more stable. It feels like everything is in order, but stability can sometimes feel rather boring, right? It can feel day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, the same old thing. When the 5 shows up, the 5 can feel like conflict. The 5 can feel like chaos, but it's a reignition of getting out of the mundane. It's a reignition of figuring out how to move your fires forward that might seem to be in conflict. How do we do that? Temperance. We do that by knowing when to move forward and when to hold back. We do that by understanding that we sometimes need to give, we sometimes need to receive. That is the element of temperance. That element of temperance brings us into the Hierophant, brings us into the energy of, I am now in the highest realm of thought, going from the page, right? Starting off with new thoughts to now being in the space of, I know how to wield the energy. I know these thought pathways inside and out. But how do you get to know something inside and out? You do it over and over again with that 4 of Wands before the 5 of Wands. So you get into a consistent cycle of, you're being consistent and you're doing the same thing day in and day out and you're training. And then you get to a point where you're like, wait, I have all these ideas because I've been training so much. And now I have ideas about my muscles. And now I have ideas about my voice. And now I have ideas about my computer system. And now I have ideas about this because you've been studying so much. But temperance is going to help you temper that 5 of Wands energy, is going to help you maintain and understand how to wield it into the Hierophant. And this 6 of Swords energy is bringing you forward. It is at the bottom of the deck. It is saying you are right where you need to be. You are moving into the waters that you need to move into. But you have to go through that Page of Wands, get through that devil energy, that lower vibration, understand it's no longer serving you anymore. Let it die. Let that 10 of Wands, let it die. Come into your sun. Have that fortune come to you. Recognize that you do not have conflicting energies. These 5 of Wands are very powerful, but they are maintained by temperance. And then you come into the Hierophant. You come into your true knowledge of self. This is your reading. I really love the energy that you are in right now. It may seem like it's not going where it needs to go in instances, but I can promise you it is. This is your reading. It has been a joy and a pleasure. Please drop a line and say that this reading is for you, that you claim it, or just claim it in your heart, and I will feel it still. If you would like a one-on-one reading, please send me a message. I will see you on the other side.